Students, today we are going to start chapter 4, The First Cities. This chapter is of history. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about the Indus Valley civilization. What is the meaning of the word civilization? Civilization comes from a Latin word civics, which means citizen or townsman. It is total accomplishment of human society in terms of agriculture, division of labor, population increases and urbanization. So what does the word civilization means? It comes from a Latin word civics, which means citizen or townsman. It is a total accomplishment. Accomplishment means something that has been achieved successfully of human society in terms of agriculture, division of labor, population increases, and urbanization. So the Indus Valley civilization, it flourished, means it developed on the banks of the river Indus, beginning around the time of 2500 BC. It developed at the same time your Egyptian, Mesopotamian, and Chinese civilization developed. At the same time, the Indus Valley civilization occurred or developed when your Egyptian, Mesopotamian, or Chinese civilization developed. It is called the Harappan civilization. The Indus Valley civilization is called the Harappan civilization also, because Harappa is a place which is now in Sahiwal district of Pakistan. Harappa is a place which is now in the Sahiwal district of Pakistan. It was the first site to be discovered in 1921. This Harappan civilization, Harappa, it was the first site. It was discovered in 1921 by Dayaram Sahani. In 1922, your Dr. Rakhal Das Banerjee, he discovered Mohenjo-daro in the Larkana district of Sindh, which is now in Pakistan. So remember, in 1921, your Harappa discovered by Dayaram Sahani, and in 1922, Dr. Rakhal Das Banerjee discovered Mohenjo-daro in Larkana district of Sindh in Pakistan. This Harappan civilization, Harappa, is also in the Sahiwal district of Pakistan. 1921, Dayaram Sahani. 1922, Dr. Rakhal Das Banerjee, Larkana district, Sindh. The site name is Mohenjo-daro. Now we are going to discuss about these two only. Beside Harappa and your Mohenjo-daro, other sites where remains of Indus Valley civilization have been found is Ropar in Punjab, Lothal in Gujarat, Kalibangan in Rajasthan, Banwali in Haryana, Aligampur in Uttar Pradesh, Chanhu-daro in Sindh. I'll show you. Here is the map. See, Aligampur in Uttar Pradesh. Then Ropar in Punjab. Banawali is your in Haryana. Then Kalibangan is in Rajasthan. Here is your Lothal is in Gujarat. Okay, and Chahundodaro is in Sindh. Chanhu-daro is in Sindh. And here is your Harappa. Okay, and here is your Mohenjo-daro. Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Ropar in Punjab, Aligampur, Uttar Pradesh, Banwali, Haryana, Kalibangan, Rajasthan, Lothal, Gujarat, Chanhu-daro in Sindh, which is in Pakistan. So these are the map of Harappan civilization. In the map, I have told you the main one. You know, the Harappan culture covered many parts of Punjab, Sindh, Baluchistan, Gujarat, Rajasthan, and fringes of western Uttar Pradesh. Do you know the meaning of the word fringes? Fringes means outer edges of the area of the western Uttar Pradesh. One of the recent sites to be discovered is Dholavira in the Kutch district of Gujarat. The place name is Dholavira. I'll show you. Here is your Dholavira, which is just now find out. And one more, you have heard Baluchistan. Baluchistan is here. You know the reason of the settlements of the two big cities, Harappan and Mohenjo-daro, in the valley of Indus River. It is due to many reasons. Because the river provide plenty of water for growing food. The reasons for Mohenjo-daro and Harappa in the valley of Indus Valley civilization is because river is available here. Plenty of water from river they can get for growing food. The climate here is warm and moist. The climate over here is very much warm and moist. The land is extremely fertile for growing wheat, barley, sesame and mustard. Sesame is til and mustard. Silt bearing floods by river Indus kept the land fertile. Silt means the mud along with the flood sometimes come from river Indus which keep the land fertile. Now we are talking about the town planning. The cities of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro they were divided into two parts. One was Citadel, which is called the upper town, and the second town is the lower town. So Citadel called the upper town and the lower town. It is being divided into two parts. Citadel, it was built on a raised ground. It is having very high walls to protect from flood. See, Citadel. And here is your lower town. This is your lower town and this is your citadel. So how a citadel was developed? It was developed on a raised ground. It is having high walls to protect it from floods. It contained your public buildings, granaries, your workshops. The remarkable thing about the citadel was that the arrangement of houses in the cities that were followed in the grid system. See, a grid system is there. Roads are cut across one another almost at right angle. See, roads are cutting across each other at a right angle, making a 90-degree angle. And the city was divided into so many blocks. The use of burnt bricks in the Harappan city is also used here. And the most important building in the citadel at Mohenjo-daro was your Great Bath. This we will learn about detail, means the Great Bath in detail we will learn in this part of video. So the most important building in citadel of Mohenjo-daro was your Great Bath. Fourth topic is our Great Bath. Lower town houses were generally 1 or 2 stories. See, in the lower town the houses were generally 1 or 2 story. These are bigger, contain houses of the common people. Rooms were built in the courtyard, means a lobby was also there, bathroom, toilet, window, doors, wells, everything was there in the lower town. So in the lower town, it was much bigger and contained house of the common people. It was generally 1 or 2 story. Rooms were built along with the courtyard, means along with the lobby. Bathroom was there, toilet, wells, doors and small windows in the houses of the lower town. Now the drainage system. Drains were measuring about 30 to 60 centimeter deep. They ran through the main streets of the city, of these two, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. They carry the waste matter from the houses which led to large drains. In the drains only the waste matter goes. They are emptied into the river. The kitchen also were having the drains. The drains were cleaned regularly. They are covered with the bricks sometimes and the stone slabs. The street drains, they were equipped with the manholes. Holes were there. The drainage system and the quality of your domestic bathroom, you can see this was the drainage system, and the quality of domestic bathrooms and the drains are remarkable. The drainage system of the Harappa were very much unique. See the drainage system, all the waste material goes into this. Granaries. What are the granaries? Granaries are a storehouse for threshed grains, where the grains are separated from other crops. The Great Granary at Mohenjo-daro was 45.71 meter long and 15.23 meter wide. The granary had a high loading platform which were having carts where farmers would come and dump their grains. So what were happening in the Great Granary in Mohenjo-daro? It was 45.71 meter long and 15.23 meter wide. What happens? A high loading platform was there where farmers come with their carts, they dump their grains there. 6 granaries were there for storing the grains. If you go to the south of the 6 granaries, Okay, at Harappa, there are work floors. See, there are work floors which are consisting of rows. These rows are there. These rows are having circular brick platforms. See, a brick platform is also there. These were meant for threshing grains, means for separating grain, because wheat and barley have been found in the cracks of the floor, in the crevices of the floor. So grains are generally stored here for the ceremonial and religious purpose. Ceremonial means gathering for some occasion or for any religious purpose. The grains are stored over these granaries. The Great Bath, I told you it is very important topic. The most important building on the citadel was your Great Bath. See the pic also. It is lined with the bricks, coated with a plaster and made up with a watertight layer of natural tar. Tar, you know, liquid form of coal. Tar coal. It is in rectangular in shape. It had stairs also, you can see. It had stairs on all four sides. Here, 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 here. All four side stairs are there. Two large doors are there from south and from the north, east. From the north and east and from the south. Two large doors are there. A series of rooms are there. Why the rooms are there? These are for the changing clothes. In one room, there is well also to supply water to fill the tank. This tank is being filled with water and the people take bath here for on the religious occasions. In one room, well is there to supply the water to fill the tank. The great bath is 11.88 into 7.01 meter and 2.43 meter deep. Means 11.88 into 7.01 meters. We are talking about length and breadth, and how much deep it is, 2.43 meters deep. You know, there was an outlet to drain out the used water. There was an outlet here to drain out the used water. The great bath is used for bathing on religious occasion. Whenever some religious occasion is there, people used to take bath in this great bath. It is filled with water. Social life of the people. If I talk about the social life of the people, how was the social life? Your society was divided into many classes. The ruling class consisted of rich merchant and peasants who were privileged class. Privileged class means who were given all the rights. They were of the ruling class. Rich merchants means the sellers who were very much rich, the priests who were very much rich, all the rights were given to them. Second part, if I talk about the second class, comprised small merchants and artisans, craftsmen. Small merchants, artisans and craftsmen were your second class people. Third group was the poor laborers who live in the outskirts of the city. Third group was the poor laborers who lived in the outskirts of the city. Then were the farmers who lived and worked in the villages. So we were basically talking about the third group, poor laborers who lived in the outskirts of the cities and farmers who lived in the worked in the villages, means farmer who lived and worked in the villages. Fourth group were of that. Food. The Harappans grew wheat and barley. These two were the main crops grown by them for making bread. Sesame means till and mustard was used as oil. Mustard oil, sarson ka tel, sesame, til ka tel. People produce cotton and they ate vegetable, fruits and dates. They produced cotton and they ate vegetable, fruits and dates. You know, number of animals were domesticated also. The name of the animals which were domesticated were oxen, buffaloes, sheep, asses, dogs, cats, pigs, camels and horses. Dresses and ornaments. See how beautiful ornaments are. So clothes were made of cotton and wool. Men were wearing dhoti, women wearing a short skirt which is tied a girdle. What is the meaning of girdle? Girdle is a type of a belt which is tied around the waist to keep it at a place. They also took a shawl with them around the shoulder, the women. The women wore necklaces, bracelets, bangles, earrings. Men wore amulets. What is amulets? Tabis, charms. While the poor wore ornaments which are made of bone, shells, copper, The rich wore jewelry which is made up of gold and silver. So they are basically telling us about the dresses and the ornaments of the people who were living there. So clothes were dhoti. Women were wearing a short skirt with a girdle, means tied around their waist, a type of a belt. They took shawl also. They wear necklaces, bracelets, bangles, earrings. Men wore amulets, means a tabiz, charm. Poor wore ornaments made up of bones, shells, and copper. The rich wore jewelry which was made up of gold and silver, because they were rich, they can afford gold and silver. Poor people cannot afford, so bones, shells, and copper. Amusements. What were the amusements at that time? The Harappan people played a similar game which was that of a chess. They used to play a game which is similar to chess. They also enjoyed singing and dancing. The Harappan people, they were very much creative people. They designed, crafted toys. They themselves designed and crafted toys. The toys, they were made with small clays, carts, rattle. Rattle means a shop knocking sound which is making, whistles, dolls. These all things they designed and crafted. Toys were moved with the movable limbs. Now the toys can move also. Whistles were shaped like a bird, which were used for children to play. The children of the Harappan cities had a variety of toys to play with. They were having variety of toys. You can see the variety of toys. Children could make their own toys with wet clay. When clay is wet, they can make their own toys. There were special toys that could move their arms also by strings, or bulls who can nod their heads. So these all were made. Archaeologists, they have been found toy factories in many towns. Archaeologists have found a toy making factory in many towns. Means the people of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were having the toy factory where they used to make the toys for the children. See the toys. These are the sticks from which they can move their head also. Occupation. Agriculture was the main occupation. Farming was the main occupation of the people of Harappa. But they still follow different occupations like the spinners, weavers, means cloth makers, potters, toy makers, jewelers, traders. The art of pottery, how to make the pots. Making had reached a great heights. How it reached a great heights? Now they were making the pots with the animal figure and leaf design, and the pots were glazed. Glazed means it were very shiny. So beautiful reddish glazed pottery. Glazed means shiny pottery with animal figures, leaf design. They started discovering in Indus Valley sites. Recapitulation. When and by whom Harappa discovered? Second, name a major Harappan site in Punjab. Third, where was the Great Bath situated? Fourth, name the crops grown by Harappans. Fifth, besides agriculture, name the different occupation of the Harappan people. Thank you and have a nice day.